Hello, everyone. It's evening here. It's yeah, it was rather quite late. I didn't look at the time, and there's people staying in this building above me, so I'll be speaking a little bit lower. I see it's 12:24 here. Beautiful number, of course, the 12s and 24 being double. Hi, Helen, Paul, Nicole, Lena, Colleen. Yeah, Colleen. It's only 3:30 in the afternoon where you're at. Hi, Nicole. I love you as well. Beautiful girl. Rebecca. Wait till a few more gets in here before I start this. And one cool thing I noticed the other night when I was sitting here on this couch on the phone speaking, I believe it was with Mitch. Yeah, it was with Mitch. We were having a FaceTime call and laid on the couch. And I'll just tip my camera to show you what's right above me. You may find it very interesting. So there you go. So I thought that was pretty cool, huh? So we got a trinity right there. And it was perfect the way I was holding the phone that was above me the other night. So cool stuff, huh? Good stuff too. Okay, we got yeah, the eight I'm seeing here. So I'll begin. So first off, I thank everyone for your full monetary support in doing this mission and keeping I going and making it possible for I to be where I currently am at. And again, will continue forward. However, it's looking like at a slower pace and a different pace as well with the divine plan. So currently, what's happening? I'm in Barcelona, Spain, and I hope this is working well. And it's looking like I may be here for 2 more weeks yet, that I may need to stay right where I'm at divinely. And there are, let's say, perhaps at least two reasons for that, and perhaps more. I'm not given all, but I'm coming to see why I need to be here. And having said that, I always wish to keep bulldozing right ahead. And however, there is divine timing because yes, being open, everything I do greatly affects the timelines there, and it's because of divinely who and what I am as well. Um, just speaking the truth. So, having said that, I'm still here in Spain, in Barcelona, and me the opportunity to get some things out online. And um, whereas this very beautiful and important time, it gives me the opportunity to deliver some more of the teachings, the higher teachings as well. So. Um, Again, having said that, so I'm still waiting here. From the human aspect, I wish to keep traveling. However, divinity has me stalled here for, as I said, reasons that I'm beginning to see a couple reasons why. So just letting you know what's going on. Then it's off to Egypt, and it's looking like I'll be in Egypt for a week or maybe two. It's looking like a week, and then again tentatively towards Tibet in Nepal, and then Australia. So that is the tentative divine plan that I'm given. Now, with this, it's subject to change at times, and that does occur because it's not written in stone, the full ascension, that it's certain things we do sometimes that changes what we must do in the futures. So, having said that, to update you on the energy created by the divine unions and also with the divine self. It's going very well. So ones that are in relationships, and are with their partners, they are creating a good, co-creating together a good energy. And also we have the powerful ones with their self that, have an appreciable degree of the divine masculine and divine feminine integrated within them with a good balance. They are able to produce that love as well in a slightly different way. And then, also by one of my mustache hairs fell out. So, and also by having everyone in a state of, love and high energy, that also is assisting very good. So the combination of at least those three factors are contributing to sustaining a pretty good and important high here right now at this time. So, as many of you, the ones that follow along here regularly with what I purvey to you and put out, you can just see the other night Mitch. So you have met Mitch. I put up an interview, a very impressive interview, and to share with you that this is real, that we are real for anyone that, had any doubts about superhuman powers and all of this, and, any doubts that the angelics are here upon the surface, which is us. And, Mitch is just a beautiful, powerful example of that as well. And it's so beautiful to connect with Mitch and many others of you that, have the amazing, profound, miraculous, divine stories as well. So again, I speak about these things as well as you may, but it's always great, when we have these confirmations, like Mitch going right out there saying who you are, what happened, and what you're here to do. So it fully supports, even more of what we're doing. And for anyone that, is watching this, it makes it harder for them if they come in to try to say that this is an illusion, to try to discredit what we are. No, we are at such a point that they must listen, and they do when they're awakened. And that awakening is, as many of you know, is a happening so much quicker now, so many more. So having said that, it's so important that all of you share your own information, what you get, and of course, others' information at times. It's the more we have out there, especially on the social medias, the better it is for, because then it becomes more accessible to those awakening. The more we get out there, the more easier that it comes across their path, that they see it. So getting back again with Mitch, you can see how nothing is by chance here, and this is so significant. As with all of us, when you were abruptly awakened, and some of you have been awakened, just for quite a while. However, for us abrupt ones, and you could say that's how I was awakened as well, we come here very abruptly and very quickly. And, I, like Mike as well, then we're given our divine mission and we know who we are and we know what we're here to do. So there is not, when this occurs abruptly like that, it's no guesswork with it. You know what your mission is. So I'm just sharing that, yes, we're very authentic, as all of you know, but for the benefit of any new ones just awakening, this is what I'm putting out. This is real, and we are the leads of heaven, whatever you wish to call us, and we are here, and there is a very important divine plan that is occurring. We're all have a mission, and it is happening, and it's all connected to Q, and politics, because we're here to change the world and to assist humanity into a civilized state away from the savagery and the enslavement that was occurring. And having said that, we're well equipped above any human military or any technology. We are above this. And we know this, and what we are doing is assisting all to transition above the effects of this as well. And we are omnipotent. We are God, which is above any satanic ones or any demons or what have you. Demons and what you call the devil and Satan, that is all a sub 5D. We are 5D. We are above this, and we're here to, as we said, to in the least lift humanity up to the 5D, first 5D timeline, and the darkness stays behind what is there. And that's a bigger story, how it occurs. However, we are omnipotent. We do this and it gets done. And the mission, as I said, is we've done so much work in the last decade, and many of you or some of you have done a lot of work ever since your existence here for 20 and 30 years. So it's all very real, and we've just come so far at this very moment. And I wish to say with you, to meet Mitch again the other night, how impressive and beautiful that was, to find yet another beautiful brother right here, in his gifts, ready for his mission, and well, doing his mission like all of us. So that is so beautiful and very real. And it's again what I take out of that. You see where Mitch was at. He was with Black Ops. He knows much, and so a very beautiful story. What he shared, a very beautiful interview for any that did not watch it. For any that did not watch it, I suggest, if you wish, if it resonates, to just get connected with Mitch as well, and you can energetically feel him as well. And saying that, that's one of our energetic signatures, for us to recognize the others. When we can feel them energetically, then yes, they're part of what you could call your soul group, but they're your divine comrades, that we're all here to do a certain mission that is above the scope of humanity, for the most part in the masses. So, but it's one of our tools at recognizing as well others. And, it's an empathic tool. Yes, we're sensitive, but we use the empathy or the empathic abilities in so many ways. It's not one. All of these abilities are interconnected, which you are learning about. And as we keep raising up with these vessels and going more into the light body process, well, more gifts are coming online, and it's happening very, very rapidly. You're receiving the downloads, the upgrades, lots of cool stuff. You're getting ready with your left hand, most of the masculine. You can feel that energy in there. Your powers being turned on, your meridians, crystalline meridians, and your energetic system and your power system is getting all advanced and powered up, because again, we are the great healers, the miraculous healers as well. And again, there's many of us with us, and we will, it's on an individual basis, but we will be making an impact upon the masses to some degree with these abilities as well. And there's several things what could occur out here, but here as well. And there's also, the ones that are ascending beyond the 5D. So there's going to be several timelines playing out here. And, it's important for all of you to always keep in that highest state of consciousness and positivity. And in any times of doubt or negative chatter, just quickly put your mind into the frame of you have witnessed the miracles, the profound things, and to know that if you're just in a negative moment or what have you, that it's just for a reason, that maybe for a test or what have you, but you rise back out of it. And the quickest way to take you out of that is remember all of your miraculous things. And it becomes complicated here because what we're doing is integrating the divine self down into a lower dimensional organic body. And this is a process as well. So, you could look and say, when you first begin to awaken, you're just human. Then you bring down in that higher self, that divine self aspect. But then what occurs after you bring that in, it changes the body to crystalline so that you get ready to leave, to try to keep it simple. So it is a process, and again with that, there are, let's say, some that are ready to leave, that have the ability to leave now. However, we cannot. We must stay here to complete the mission. And I was one that tried to leave, and Father says, "No, you can't go. You got to stay." So we need to stay here to complete the mission. I'm given for another year or two, and we'll see what takes place with that. So for the most part, um, for the most of us, we need to stay upon the surface here for another year or two, is what we're given. Uh, so we just keep carrying it out and we steer things. And as all of you know, with the Q, that's getting bigger, the information and what's going on with Trump, and everything's being divinely steered. And again, what's occurring with Trump in politics, there is a duality with that as well. There's at least two different perspectives. And again, Trump is playing a role with this. And, like each one of you, like us, when we got to interact with humans that are not awakened, it's sometimes you're trying to translate from uh, a higher divine being down to just a human logic. And, sometimes the translation can get messed up. Like, for example, with certain languages, when you go to try to translate it on Google, it doesn't come out the same. So also when we are speaking, sometimes others will not hear what we're saying. They'll have a different perspective of it. And that also occurs. However, again, great advancements. So um, with that, and as everyone knows, it's a huge process. Now, just below this live, I put on Mike is doing an interview. You'll see it on the timeline with, just forget his name, and I put it on there because, Mike is divine masculine. He's been through it, and he's speaking with the host as a masculine as well. And we're beginning to speak. They're beginning to speak about some of that to assist the other divine masculine that are awakening to go into the heart space and get powered up as well, and be there in the least for the divine feminine, because the numbers used to be, well, right now what I'm given, it's 33% is divine masculine, is the ratio to 66, 67 feminine. So, and that is a handsome increase, in compatible divine feminine, divine masculine. But however, it's got to be 50-50 when we get up here. So we're getting close to that, which is great. So the 864 hertz, little meditation, it's on this timeline here. That is important as well for those of you that are advanced beyond the 432 and the heart chakra opened. If your higher heart is opened in the top chest area, and that's your part of your machine for transmuting outside energy. If that's activated, then you're also ready for this 864 hertz, which is the double to take you back more to your creator gifts, and it will begin to activate some more of your creator gifts. And of course, one of your creator gifts is manifestation. So this begins to activate and empower you, but up in the higher areas and in the consciousness. What it does, it begins to open up more of the etheric stream between you and back to the etheric realms in the least, and your connection back to Creator, Mother, Father, God, and back to the deities, and all of the higher divine realms. So it's very good to listen to that. Also, what's coming into play, as many of you see, is the meditations, and again, the yoga nidra that I put out what Sharon did, and there's a lot of yoga nidras online, and any of you can search for one that feels good for you. But it's very important to have that out there because it's part of a process um, that begins to allow you to transcend time and space. So it begins to relax the consciousness and put the consciousness into a certain state where you can more so connect with the physical vessel to bilocate and transport. And these are other things to come. So it's a step by step before I get too far into what it's about. But it is, for any it resonates with, yeah, do your meditations and your yoga nidras, and listen to that 864 hertz. That's very important, and it's specific. Um, so having said this, one other thing come up the other day. I got a message from Divine Masculine, and he was having blood pressure problems, not feeling well. And let me just say, I wanted to touch on to this, that for what we are, once you're ascending, your blood pressure is not the same as it was for humanity. Like it's typical for you to have like whatever the readings are, like 140, 150, even 160 over whatever the other one is. I don't pay much attention to medical things anymore. I did know it, but that first number, it can be very high because there's a lot going on with these vessels, and also the old ways for biological vessels no longer apply. So there's a lot of transition going on there. So with high blood pressure, that's normal. One thing I suggest is, if you're just beginning this, and if you go into a doctor and your blood pressure 140, 150, if you're awakening, don't take any pills to lower that. And that is important. It'll make you very sick. And it's each one's choice what you can do, and you can experiment with it. But I need to say that because your blood pressure is high for a reason. Your body's undergoing huge transition, getting prepared for the light body. And there's a lot of things occurring at the cellular levels during this light body process. So just to let you know about that. One thing again to remind you is to continuously bring in your ships when you feel inclined to do so or compelled to do so. Bring in your ships, but not only that, you have a future self aspect which you can connect into, and this is a very good tool as well because you can have a much better guidance in your now. If you're in a now that there is some uncertainty, I'm still in Spain, still smoking. If you're in an area where you have some uncertainty, it's good to um, have your future self recognize it, know that it's there. It's like a scout. And what you can do with that aspect is you can retrieve information back into the consciousness that is same as something like your intuition you used before. However, you can get information from that future self. For example, if you wanted to send him or her out to look at a path, if you're about to make a choice, you can also use this to get feedback on, to get a clearer picture in whatever way that it may occur with you. So this future self aspect that you can link into, and one of the reasons why you can do this is when you're fully in your power, when we are fully in our power, there is no time for us. There is no linear time. We transcend all time, all space. So once you know this, you can energetically do it from this realm. So just letting you know that as well, because we do time travel as well. So lots of cool stuff. So I wanted to touch on that. You can connect with what you could call your future selves. And I love that term. I came across it in the understanding from D.L. Zeta or Zeta a while ago, several years ago, and it's a very good tool to have, and also to, utilize at this time. And having said that, when I come across what others are putting out information, and when I share it or when I'm told it, I give the credit where credit is due, because that's so important as well. And this holds for any of you. If you're getting information, um, let's say from another that is so valuable, or with the post, put out their stuff. You say, here's good stuff this one's doing. It creates a bigger community, and it's beneficial for the overall knowledge base that everyone has. So very good. Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, so yeah, with Mike, I got to go to this. What Mike give me the pendant there, Michael White Feather. So this is very powerful as well. And actually, it was just nudging me so I could speak about it now on the back of the neck. And a very powerful pendant, what Mike has. So walking each other home, light walkers, is the name of the site. And him and I did an interview together a while ago, and we're good friends, Mike and his divine partner Tal, and I as well. So you might want to check that out in the future. And let me say, he energized this, and he had told me that, he said it was magnetic, that when you take it off, you want to put it on. And let me say, I'm a guy that doesn't really wear jewelry, but what I'm saying is this is not jewelry. It was cool when I put it down. I was magnetically drawn to it because it's energized, and it does have some benefit for this body. So just sharing that, and also like it comes from Mike, and Mike is a very powerful divine comrade as well. When he energizes something or does something, it has a huge energetic imprint. And this is the same as Mitch, that I showed you the other night. And it's also the same as I. And we use our gifts, a lot perhaps differently. I have all the gifts, but my main gifts is purveying the knowledge. That is part of my mission, and overseeing what's going on here. I can heal, I can remote view, I can bilocate to certain degrees, and I can do all of the stuff that I'm allowed to do here now. However, I only use a little bit of, telepathy, thank you, reading minds, yeah. And you know, but what I'm saying is that we all have these gifts. You as well have every one, but you only have turned on now what you need to have turned on to fulfill your divine purpose and mission. But as we keep going forward, you keep getting more gifts turned on, you keep getting stronger and stronger as you go through your process. And never compare yourself to another, because everyone is perfectly at where they need to be. So don't think you're missing the bus or what have you. It's the role that you need to play here. And if you had all the gifts, you would not be playing the important role you're playing, for example. So trust the plan, trust the divine plan, and stay with it, and know that you're doing everything correct. And by the way, that guy up, that guy right there, yeah, that's a llama from Peru. He's not a cat. I thought it was a cat. It's a llama. So yeah, very interesting. Okay, so what else I got down here? So I mentioned we're going to be busy in good ways. I put that post out a couple days ago, and yes, we are. And as I said, there's several things occurring. We're waiting for the sealed indictments to come out, and it's when everything is divinely in place. That's very near. Perhaps some might have been unsealed today. I just didn't get any information. However, the anticipation is that they are very near. However, what's occurring is that we need a certain light quotient of the divine unions in place uh, to allow for the fear. Like if these are the sealed indictments, we need the layer of the divinity of the unions and the ones powered up to transmute the fear that's going to come right here from the masses when they're told the truth. So we need everything divinely in place, and the timing of this will be impeccable, and that's what's setting up. So we're waiting right now for a bit for this. I know tremendous work has been done divinely and in the etheric realms to set this up over the last several days. And so we are getting very close. It's very gorgeous. The energy quotient that is prepared for what's about to occur. So what I'm saying is that everything is handsomely getting into place. All of you are getting powered up. Keep into your heart space. Those of you in the physical unions, just keep, being intimate in your highest love way. This doesn't mean sex. It just means be loving together, in the least. So do these things and just keep generating the love out there is the a very powerful thing with this. So yeah, so that's pretty well it to just keep it short. So this is the update. What's to come here? Very beautiful things. There may be in a big North American city, there may be a huge building that may have a problem in the near future. Um, no casualties, it just may have a problem. I will say that as a prophecy, if you will. And I don't know what all it entails. I was just given that divinely the other night. I do have a little bit of info on why, but I'm just not sharing that on here at now, just letting you know also about that. So having said that, uh, the ships, that's going to be elevated again. We have the Merkava ships all here in place, but as I said, those are not the only ships. The Merkava ships are more specific to assisting with your light body process. It's the other ships that are cloaked that play from the galactics that play a bigger role in what's occurring. And, occasionally you will see, one or some of these ships, but they're going to be making more and more appearances all the time for us because it's part of the divine plan as well. But let me say, for contact that the masses will know about, I'm uncertain if that will be in the near futures, meaning I'm just not given that info yet, but I am given, as you're seeing more and more ships in the skies, and the masses are, it's being